Hi everyone, I'm Anna from Catcher Legal. Today I have Faye joining me from Younger Hill Proprietary Limited. Faye is a fabulous buyer's advocate. Details of the services that she provides and how you can get in contact with her are in the comment section below. I'm rushing through the formalities today because I really want to get into the crux of the meaty content. Faye, can you tell me about the REIV and how it's responded to the extended lockdown in Victoria?
Yeah, look, the REIV's response was spectacularly tone deaf. They sent a message out to members instructing them to no longer facilitate any rent reduction conversations and to force all of that mediation to a VCAT, which is ludicrous, when it was a fantastic opportunity for them to actually pull their finger out and issue some kind of response and engage the state government in a conversation around looking at the parameters of having one-on-one safe COVID inspections to allow business to continue in any way, because at the moment it's an absolute standstill.
And are there a lot of professionals in the real estate industry that share your views, or are there some supporters of what the REIV has chosen to respond with?
Look, I haven't seen any responses that are in favour. Some of the bigger companies like Harcourts and Ray White have come to the party and have publicly said, look, we're not going to engage in that behaviour. We're going to still, work with our landlords and our tenants to achieve, reachable goals, which is exactly, how it should be. What we need the REIV to do is to step up, talk to state government, put our case forward and, have a discussion about how facilitating transactions can be done safely, because, it's not all about hungry agents just wanting money. We've got clients that have already sold who are now in this limbo period where they can't purchase something else because there's nothing out there. And they're finding some agents are having a really hard time renting out apartments and houses and facilitating the rental side of things because they feel they can't, have any engagement in that sector as well, whereas you can.
I've seen people post some really, really questionable content on social media, not so much LinkedIn as a platform, but definitely Facebook. And I think the content of these posts might come back and haunt people, because it definitely has shaped my perception of these individuals. And in some cases, it's left me scratching my head going, would I actually turn to these individuals if I required their services? And the reason why I say that is because if I can quote Ronald Heifetz, who's a lecturer on leadership in Harvard University, he said that trust is built 50% based on a person's competence and 50% based on shared values. And I think that in the circumstances we're finding ourselves in now, those shared values are really coming to that forefront. So people might find that based on which side of the fence they're sitting on, particularly with the REIV's response perhaps, it may be the case that people will either gain clients or lose clients, right?
Fear is a big motivator, and people's response to fear is very telling of how, how people are able to pivot. I know that, we have a small rent roll that we're managing. It's the other side of my business. And the workload has increased exponentially. The money that we're bringing in has decreased because, tenants are paying less, so we're taking less commission, but the workload is just phenomenal. So poor old property managers, there's been, again, some really tone-deaf responses initially with, some property managers sort of panicking and sending out awful emails going, well, access your superannuation, and rather than, being human and asking questions and negotiating fairly. And
that's what it's about.
It is.
human element and the money element. And I think that, you know, there's also suppliers that are chasing small businesses say now and are saying, you know, pay up, we have 7-day terms and whatnot, rather than actually engaging in a fruitful and ethical discussion about what's actually feasible for these small businesses that are suffering in lockdown. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That human element needs to be brought into the picture rather than be put away and just focus on the commercial reality of it all.
Everybody's trying to do their best, and if you are lucky enough to still continue trading in any respect, you know, you're doing it in a very different way. And you need to do it with that in the back of your mind, that, you know, you're actually lucky if you are still able to trade. Again, for us, it just comes back to being human and having a conversation and keeping that conversation going. There's, you know, retreat feeds nobody. So, you know, pick up the phone, have a conversation, reach out, ask for help, because it's there.
Absolutely. Faye, thank you so much for joining me today.